All right, so here's a presentation on inherited traits, right? So let's look at some of that stuff. We looked at adaptations today. Now this is part of adaptations. Sometimes these adaptations are inherited from the parents. So let's look at that a little bit. And there's a real quick assignment for you guys to do at the end to make sure you can get into the classroom tomorrow, your ticket into the class. So inherited traits. Humans and other animals are a mix of characteristics from both mom and dad and behaviors that you've learned, right? You get some genes from your mom, some genes from your dad, and then you learn things along the way. Now, a physical characteristic that is passed from a parent to the offspring is what we call an inherited trait. We're going to look at those a little bit more. Some examples of those might be eye color, skin color, hair color, the hair, whether it be curly or straight, dimples, freckles, the height, definitely. Those are all great examples of inherited traits. And remember, again, it's things that are passed from a parent to the offspring. Not anything you've learned, they're just passed. So something to think about. Are your earlobes attached to the side of your head or do they hang free? Right? Mine are kind of attached, right? Check yours out, right? Right, grab at your ear and see, right? The shape of your earlobe is an inherited trait. It's not something that you can change, right? Whether it's a free lobe or whether it's an attached lobe, right? But check that out, right? That's something that's inherited. Nothing you can do about it. It's just something that's passed down from your mom and dad. Inherited behaviors. A behavior is a way of acting. Behaviors can be inherited too. All right, these inherited behaviors are what we call instincts. That's important to remember. Something that's an instinct, that's a behavior that's inherited. Many animals are born with instincts that help them survive. So think about some animal instincts that help animals to survive. We talked about today about structures in class that help it survive, but think about what are some instincts of animals that help it survive. Some examples. When the weather turns chilly in the fall, animals prepare. Right? Some animals head for warmer climates during the winter, like birds, monarch butterflies, we've talked about quite a bit. Other animals find a safe spot, curl up, take a long nap, right? Like bears, they hibernate. No one taught these animals how to survive winters. They just know what to do by instinct. And that's what's important to remember. That is just by instinct. That's what it got instinctively, right? Inherited to it. Nothing it learned. It didn't even have to watch mom or dad migrate. It just instinctively inside of it, right? Its genes helped it to be able to know what to do during the winter. Birds protect their eggs and babies by instinct. Frogs are not born with this instinct. They leave their eggs to hatch or die on their own. So not all animals have that instinctual ability to be able to protect their eggs and everything, right? So think of any other additional inherited behaviors, and we'll talk about that when you come into class tomorrow. We'll talk about what are some other instincts. So try to think of some other instincts that you can think of, right, that an animal has that enables it to survive. So what I want you to do, right, just to review this, is to, on a separate sheet of paper, write this down. Write these 3 bullet points down. So one, right, as a review over what we've talked about, is an inherited trait is a physical characteristic that's passed from parent to their babies or to their offspring. Like an earlobe, right, a skin color, eye color, height. A behavior is a way of acting. And inherited behaviors, things that the animal does not have to learn, repeat, does not have to learn, it just instinctively knows, are called, like I just said, instincts. All right, so make sure you write those 3 things down, and that'll be your ticket in the class tomorrow. So whenever you come in, I'll check you have that done. You'll put them into your spirals, and we'll talk about them a little bit more, and we'll be playing a game tomorrow, right, called a habitat game. We'll be looking at some of that stuff and looking at structures and functions and all that type of stuff. All right, so if you need to, you can rewind. You can pause it right here because I'm going to be ending it. And make sure you write these down, and we'll see you tomorrow.